Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Guns N' Roses' 1988 album GNR Lies. It's decent. Half of the songs are hard rock, which were recorded in 1986 before their first album, and the other half are new acoustic rock songs. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy there. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks I added to my playlist, 4 out of 8 half, with 2 from each side of the album. The first half of the album is pretty similar to their first album, and it's pretty good. But the second half is really slow, which is a new sound for them. I think I like the first side better, but I do like the variety of between the two sides. I think the album overall would have been better if they mixed up the sides instead of separating them, but I can kind of understand why they didn't, as the first sides are all like older songs and the second side is new songs. The only song here that I really want to talk about was the last track, One in a Million, which the music is pretty good, but it's one of the few songs I've listened to where the lyrics actively make the song worse. Which, if you want to learn more, I would look it up. It's not great in that department, so that's kind of annoying. But I do think the music is good, which kind of annoys me about the song, that the lyrics really bring the song down, which usually doesn't happen. Even sort of annoying lyrics tend to increase the value of a song and not decrease it, for me. There were no singles released before this album, but my favorite song here is probably the first one, Reckless Life. It's technically called the cover, but Hollywood Rose is a precursor band to Guns N' Roses, so it's not like the Aerosmith cover, which is definitely, I can tell that one's a cover. This album is definitely not as good as their first album. The only thing going for this one is that it's more variety with the acoustic and hard rock songs, which Appetite for Destruction pretty much just has the hard rock stuff. But Appetite for Destruction has a lot better songs overall, and GNR Lies really feels light when compared to the first album. So I think that the first album is definitely better. However, this album does take my top spot from 1988, and it takes it from Duran Duran's Big Thing, which used to be the only album I've heard from 1988. It was actually pretty close to the spot. Big Thing isn't great, but it has a few good songs on it. I think that GNR Lies just comes together better. The album has two sounds that really do complement each other quite well, as opposed to Big Thing's sort of all over the place mess of an album. Next up is Sting's 1991 album, The Soul Cages. It's his first album that's it's more musically diverse than his previous albums. It hits a variety of sound, but it still maintains a sort of consistency. So that's pretty interesting, and as always, stay tuned for that, and stay minty.